This college basketball picks edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Kalshi. Make real money predicting sports. Kalshi is available in all 50 states, and you get $20 free with promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi, promo code SGPN.
Hey, this is Brandon Lang. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean Second the Money Green with my partner in picks, Ryan Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog. Happy Monday, Sean.
TGI Monday, college basketball. Joining us on the line from the college experience, Colby Dant, aka Pick Dundee. What's happening, Colby?
Ding, ding, ding.
Good day, mate. I was laughing because I was CCing Colby on a business related email with some advertising stuff. And,
This is already a funny story.
well, Colby is introducing himself in the email thread. Very professional email. Hello, Jesse. I'm Colby Dant, host of the college experience, yada, yada, yada. And then it's just this Gmail profile icon is a Crocodile Dundee. So, might be confusing to others, but yes, always
that's on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should know.
They could be a passionate Dundee fan.
You never know. They could be a TCE head.
What if Colby finds a long lost fellow Dundee head through a business encounter because his email avatar is Pick Dundee? Yeah. It's like how he's claimed the Bobby Petrino road rash face by having it be his avatar on the internet for long enough.
Yeah, no, it is the Bobby Petrino one in particular. Like anytime I see that,
I don't see the real one. I see Colby.
No, yeah, I know what you mean. It's you just see Colby's head.
I only see Colby's head when I see that background. When I see the pic, I also think of the props that Colby, the length he went to make sure the picture was just right. The neck brace, the Allstate Sugar Bowl hat.
Yeah, no, and going all out on the props. We got a lot to get to. A bunch of picks. Felt like slightly better. We did go 5-3 on our locks. Kramer hit his money line dog. We came so close to hitting. Shout out to Japan, one of our loyal listeners here. We gave out a parlay for his birthday. Miami and Duke on the money line, and Miami had that game.
My God,
there was like 3 games that I felt. I know the Auburn one, but that one was like a stolen win. But 3 games that I felt kind of robbed on. Miami was one where I felt like the money line we should have got. Illinois had like a 20-point lead against UCLA.
Oh my God.
Right?
Yeah.
And then VCU St. Louis was robbery. VCU was winning that game.
St. Louis was a lock
for 34 minutes.
You're not going to disparage my lock.
Cover that game is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
That's when the milk starts flowing. Chug, chug, chug. Those fat blobs of mayo. That's the kind of I tweeted out. The fat blobs of mayo are killing me, and they went on a crazy run to cover the number. That was easiest cash on the board in my mind. Never.
I would have had an extra lock, but I have a no lock on Friday rule for the Saturday show because we want to give people shelf. I don't want to shortchange them and give out a Friday lock.
I know people subscribe, so they get the they're watching live. They get the picks.
So no mention of my overall record.
Oh sure.
12,
what do you want to?
12-7 on the
nice
week.
work.
As
Kramer.
I've been pointing out to people, my lasers are getting focused, and I'll continue to carry the water. Or whatever material we want to put in the bucket for the show.
Carrying the milk for the show.
Well, I don't know about the milk. I'm not carrying that guy's milk.
Well, you mentioned UCLA, Mick Cronin. Maybe he's a mad genius. He knew what he was doing, calling out his team, randomly kicking guys out of and everyone goes, "Oh, I saw like UCLA accounts. Like, how long are they going to let this cruel head coach rule? Like, come on." Is he like? Is he like? He's
It's the
not
classic thing
deep-pants-
these days. Everyone's Hitler, right?
Yeah, he's not de-pantsing these kids and whatever. He's being a tough coach. Sometimes you got to know your players. Maybe they needed a swift kick in the ass, and they responded. So maybe Cronin's onto something. And this UCLA team, I got them in the tournament, Colby.
Well, I mean, first off, Illinois. So there's two teams that I consider to be 100% European teams.
Yeah.
One is UT Martin in the Ohio Valley Conference, who's still in contention for the 1 seed. The other is Illinois, and ironically, both lost at the buzzer in very similar fashion, where UCLA was basically Donovan Dent was able to go coast to coast, like almost like Tyus Edney back in '94 against Missouri, where
that was crazy.
Well, I mean, just how bad is that defense? Can somebody fucking help out? I mean,
yeah.
Come on, like if there's ever a need to bring up the European culture defensively, show those videos. The transition defense, just come in. You know what? 4 seconds left. Why don't you just run down the court and make a layup? All right, just come on in.
Yeah, I mean, layup was the last thing I was thinking he was going to go for because I didn't think he had enough time. But he went coast to coast, and no one even slowed him down. I think everyone kept thinking, "Oh, the guy behind me will get the stop or slow him down." And Fort's the fact that he didn't even have to pull up is crazy with 4 seconds left. So
that's ridiculous.
Nice win by UCLA. And then I saw this floating around. It is the 41-year anniversary of Bob Knight throwing a chair out on the court. Thought it'd be a fun rewatch here.
I mean, great video considering how old it is. Because I feel like when we see those hockey, the highlights from 1980, it's much grainier.
He gets a technical foul. This is a cool camera view. I don't know why they don't bring this back.
Technical against the bench and against Bob Knight.
Does he have the most technical fouls in college history as a coach?
Reed, an excellent free throw shooter.
Probably.
Have the honors shooting the technicals.
Look at here. Look at here.
It's a great chair throw. The crowd goes nuts. And then he stands there. He's like, "No, you can't throw me out."
Unbelievable. He picked up another tee.
They're loving it.
Fred Jaspers is called for athletic director Ralph Floyd.
Fred Jaspers talking to Mr. Floyd down in the corner.
It's back when refs wore belts. They didn't immediately throw him out.
Now we got Ralph Floyd.
They have no authority over him.
Yeah, they're like, we're scared of this guy. Bring in the athletic director.
It's 11-6. We're just 5 minutes into the contest.
5 minutes into the game.
There's a good chance Bobby Knight's been ejected from this.
You're gone, he
basketball game.
says.
They love it. He's out. Yes.
Fred Jaspers explaining it to the scorers table. Now Gene Katie, the Purdue
Look at
coach, comes over just to.
Oh, that is some great bald spots on the refs.
Decisions have been made.
I mean, what's great is they just never throw people out back then. So like, they had to like double check. Now, okay.
Yeah, wait, what happens now? We don't have a coach? They're like trying to figure it out. So shout out to you, Bobby Knight, all timer.
Well, and here's the thing. I'm just making the assumption that the fan didn't sue them, that ended up getting hit by the chair. That shows how we've declined as a society, when nowadays, you know, damn well you saw it in the Detroit Lions fan, right? The Detroit Lions fan was doing, right? Like nowadays, it's the first thing you do. Lucky you get a chance to sue, right?
Have the honors shooting the technicals.
All right, when he lets go right there, do you think those people on the other side of the court are realizing they're about to get hit with a chair?
Yet. Not yet. It's
Well,
when
it's
it starts
cool.
sliding. Yeah.
They let the fans sit right on the floor there, like Indian style.
Look
That's
at
what I'm
this!
saying, man.
Look at this bowling form. Look at the leg. The leg
the chair
trails.
really carries.
Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that backswing.
He gave. This is the start of the New York Giants. He was responsible for the start of the New York Giants dynasty run. He gave Bill Parcells his first job.
Look at this.
I'm serious. I'm serious.
I know you do. You're being very serious. But look at this. Almost to the paint before it hits the ground.
Slides incredibly well.
Yeah,
almost a curler at heart.
One more. I just want to see the people get hit.
Look at here. Bobby Knight punches through
Look
his
at that.
hair.
No one's phased.
Yeah.
They try and catch the chairs.
No
it's
one's
like a foul
no
ball.
one's flopping over. No one's trying to elude that punches were thrown when they weren't.
Yeah.
It's a different time.
Good times. All right, let's get to the picks. We got a bunch of games to break down. Let's get after it.
Could you imagine Twitter if that shit happened today?
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
they
that-
would be losing their mind.
John Shire, like any little thing, you know what I mean? Like a speck of water, a plastic straw hits him, and he acts like it's a fucking grenade or something. So I can only imagine he threw the chair on the court. That's just not acceptable. He needs a lifetime ban. He needs a lifetime ban. And ironically, Coach K is from his coaching tree.
So yeah, I mean, I think people are just really soft, and everything's got to be a lawsuit. I do think that we fortunate for us that people like Bobby Knight and Michael Jordan came along when they did, because we would not have gotten the full dose otherwise. I mean, are you in general though? That's what coaching. What part of coaching up until very recently was being like 25 to 50% terrifying asshole. I mean, we all played for someone that was a terrifying asshole. That was part of being a coach. Yeah. Now it's like you got to be friends with them. You got to make sure you can speak their fucking language.
Yeah, they got to dress like you. They got. I mean, just everyone's a butt munch. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I'll never forget the family when he showed up at LSU, and he started taking those recruiting pictures. And it's like, my God, what have we done? Do you remember when Brian Kelly was trying to look like blinged out with his recruits? What are we doing? Can you, Colby, imagine if we asked you to do that? How would that come? How would that? Hey, Colby, we got this partnership. They want us to take these pictures.
Colby's a team player.
I don't know.
Well, everybody has a line though. You know, it depends what you're talking.
I feel like Colby would have like a serious problem with that when he gets that look in his eyes where he's like, "I'm not doing that, fuckers." All right,
I mean, but we could send in one of the B team. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Colby,
Noah, great news.
Yeah.
Well, Noah's quite. I mean, have you seen some of his profile pictures?
Oh yeah,
very attractive.
looks like he's putting out a country album.
I would say I'll go as far to say hottest guy that covers college baseball. He might be the hottest.
Well, that's quite the competition.
He might be the hot. Maybe we can get a calendar going for the college baseball.
Circuit. Hunks.
Yeah, I mean, Noah's head and shoulders above those guys. All right, let's get to basketball. Where Colby, I saw you were out on the internet letting people know that I forget who it was, but some mainstream college basketball pundit was making the point of a team that wasn't Miami of Ohio for being team of the year or coach of the year. And Colby, I assume.
I mean, come on.
So
all right, look, I'm no Redskins fan when it comes to Miami, Ohio, but Andy Katz saying John Shire, the place was probably the best funded for basketball, if not top 5. Top 5, right? And John Shire's done a good. John Cryer has done a good job as
nice win
X's
over
and O's
Michigan.
wise, X's and O's wise, and everything. Like his culture in basketball has been good. Credit to him. He's a good basketball coach, right? But to say he deserves coach of the year at the you could probably throw in about 50 coaches to Duke's university, and they'd be very successful. I think with everything they have going, the momentum and everything that they have built. To mention him as coach of the year as the easy favorite when you got a guy who's undefeated at Miami, Ohio. All right. just the ass kissing, unbelievable on the grand scale of things. You know, Andy Katz, who at times I respect, but good Lord, how could you avoid that? How could you avoid that right there? I just find that ridiculous. I mean, Miami, Ohio was trash program for a long time.
Duke also has the number 1 pick, I'm told, or potentially a high pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Pretty
easy. It's like Shire. You can't talk negative about his coaching, but
Depansa's considered odds on the number 1 pick right now.
Yeah.
And
where is what's his name?
Patterson is number 2.
No,
Peterson.
Yeah.
Where is Boozer? Because I asked the internet and people told me he was the top 3 pick.
Yeah. I think all three of those guys go top three. It'll be interesting to see what order, and obviously Peterson with all his issues of playing and not wanting to play.
Peterson
that's
probably could go one.
People.
Yeah, Peterson probably could go one if he just tried at life.
Yeah, if he doesn't miss any time between now and the end of the season, which God knows what would have to happen for that to occur.
What a
I
concept!
think he could
to
be
try in life when you wake up to actually make an effort to not be a pile of shit. Isn't that crazy?
I mean, yeah, like Elon keeps saying, we've reached the singularity. Athletes no longer want to try hard. That like you're literally at the top, at the pinnacle of your sport. Like, yes, the NBA
it's not
is
even
one
for
level
athletics.
higher.
Like in life, don't you just want to try and be successful?
But this is how this is the path for success for them, is to not play and save it for the next one. All right.
Whatever you want to tell yourself.
I agree. Listen, as someone
John
who's
Reagan's doesn't have the money that these guys got, but you walk into a bar, everyone will buy him a beer and probably his fucking
No one's
dinner.
buying Peterson a beer.
Yeah. Go into Lawrence, Kansas in 20 years after this experience and see how that goes for you.
Now, if they go on a run and win the title, things change.
Do you want to be immortal? What does he say in Sandlot? Do you want to live forever, or do you want to just be a flash in the pan or some shit like that? I forget what he says when Babe Ruth visits him in his dream.
Yeah, no, it's literally that. They want, like, for them, success is defined by the money, not winning the championship.
Yeah.
Like we're just further and further removed from Kobe. Kobe passed the baton to LeBron, and he, looked out for number one. And there's no one. There's hardly anyone else.
But Kobe, rest in peace, would never.
That's my point.
Never. You could play. I feel like you could play a game of Connect 4 against Kobe Bryant, and he's going 150 fucking percent.
Let me ask you this: you think the All-Star game is like it is today if Kobe Bryant's still around? No, and playing? No.
Yeah. Well,
you think they're going to get punked in the Olympics? No.
The Pro Bowl. Remember when Sean Taylor blasted Mormon? Right?
How great was that? You saw Sean Taylor, unrelated but related. Sean Taylor's kid collaborated with something shoe related with Kevin Durant. She's got some shoes out now. She's apparently an elite volleyball player. Shout out to Sean Taylor. The greatest Pro Bowl highlight in the history of the pro, outside of Mac Jones going 80 yards on the ground. it's up there.
Hey, on my team previews next year, can I just do like just a couple teams?
What do you mean?
Load management for team previews.
Just a couple,
I see.
Maybe right in the middle of the preview, just say, "Yeah, I've done my 6 minutes." Right?
Yeah, just
tap out. Let Mac do the rest of the show.
Yeah, that would be great. I would assume on the TCE shows you call that pulling a Beanick. Okay. Undefeated Miami of Ohio. This is some fabulous logo work. They're taking on Eastern Michigan on the road. I believe when we were talking about this, talking about them last week, we all chalked this up as a win on their schedule. Colby, yes. I think you might have mentioned it as a sneaky spot though.
No, not for me. I mean, they're 1-9 in their last 10, and I've faded them the past couple times. And that's not working out. I think the one that I was speaking of would be the finale, the battle.
Oh, the Ohio game. You're right.
On Friday the 6th of March. I'm laying it here, man. I mean, EMU has been. I will say this: this is the best. Even though they're 1-9 in their last 10, it is probably the best season they've had in a few years. They won at Cincinnati.
Now, yeah, I'm with you, Colby, and just. I'm not going to fade this Miami team until I have a really good reason. The counter though is Eastern Michigan's been good as a home dog, 4-0 ATS. On the other side, Miami 6-2 ATS as a road favorite. Number that Evan Maya, I've been looking at some of his stats. Consistency rank, which accounts for how much variance a team has from performance to performance. Miami of Ohio is third. Which is crazy to think.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, and
just consistent. Like there's not a lot of variance. They just continually dominate.
Well, and another thing is, guys, and part of the reason why I'm mad about the, I should have seen this. Well, I didn't. I mean, I didn't know that this would be happening. But when we did our show for the Friday, so Thursday, I think it was. What I didn't know is that they were going to have this, like, where a bunch of the bunch of like execs or people that work in the business did a mock of what the bracket would be. They all met and did a mock of what the bracket would be. Well, it was perfect bulletin board material for Travis Lexington Steele because they were the last team in the whole fucking dance, according to these people putting it together. Right?
Like it's so. There is a point where you have to credit the ability for a team to not lose games.
Yeah.
Well, no, guess what they were using too? Our buddy Ken Palm. They said they've been factoring that in a lot, and your boy Bart Torvik. All right. So
not Evan Maya though. He's safe.
For
now.
now.
I didn't hear his name out there, but
he's too new. He's too new.
But yeah, I mean that was easily bulletin board material, I think, for Lexington Steele, and then the team played with. They've been great all year. One of the things that stands out is like how unselfish they are. The ball movement.
Is again, if you have not watched Miami of Ohio game, start to finish, do it because like to Colby's point, the ball movement is just fun to watch. So yeah, I'm on Miami, laying the 8.5. Kramer.
Yeah, you can't fade this team. We said this last time we talked about them. You just have to take them every time, and I would imagine that that consistency metric shows up when you have a collection of veterans. You have good experience mixed with like a very consistent rotation. Everyone kind of is good in their own skin. And I mean, like so much of college basketball now is just dog shit offense. Like they're the inverse of a lot of these dog shit offenses that rely heavily on the offensive rebound and in the easy opportunity on the second shot. They're the opposite of that. They're just efficient, 4th in the nation offensively. I mean, I don't understand how you can be looking at Ken Palm's numbers and think this team doesn't belong in the field. Period. Anybody that wins 25 games to me,
it's hard. I don't care what conference you're in. You should be in the fucking 68 field.
Yeah. If they go undefeated in the regular season, they have to be in the tournament, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, even if they lose 2 games, like they went. First off, they won 25 games last year, right? So this isn't like a random thing. But even if they went out and bought a portal team and they open up 27-0. Get the fuck out of here with this last in. Like I just think that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. Like,
do I wish they had a stronger non-conference strength of schedule? They're 360 out of 365.
But nobody can control that. You like first off,
you don't need to have Milliken on the schedule.
Everybody does that though. Every team does this, right?
Trinity Christian, Mercyhurst. I mean,
Mercyhurst is D1. Mercyhurst is D1, right? But they're actually not bad. They're not bad. They're not. They're in Lake Erie.
Chum in the water.
Yeah. But another thing is like, I can tell you this just from previewing college basketball or football. When we started this thing, I felt like way more. I knew really I felt like I was spot on. And now when 80% of your roster is transfer portals, no one has any fucking idea who's good.
Yeah.
Like UNC Asheville's been really good the past couple of years. UNC Greensboro's been really good. Didn't work out for them this year. They're not that good, right? How the hell could they have known that? Right? How could they have known that? I just think to penalize teams for when the whole sport has been like turned upside down with transfer portal. And also damn well they won 25 games and returned majority of their roster. So of course no one's going to want to schedule you. They'd rather play a team that is unproven with a bunch of transfer guys just like they are. And it shows. We talk about the chemistry. When you watch it, it shows that these guys have been playing together for a while.
I do think that's a problem. Like having more a line like conference agreements between big and small conferences would be useful, in my opinion, because you would have less of this dodging. As Colby puts it. All right, so we're all gonna agree. We didn't crush. The consensus wasn't completely crushed last episode. I'm trying. My shoulders are sore. I'm trying my best. Miami of Ohio laying the 8.5. Game number 2, and again, all the games we're talking about Tuesday, February 24th, 4 p.m. on the West Coast, 7 p.m. local time in fabulous Charlottesville, Virginia, where we have the Pussy Pack and a whole town full of people who have no idea what to do with a pussy. Colby, I don't know where you found this this University of Virginia logo, but it's delightful. It embodies what it is to be a Wahoo and ride a horse with a stupid fucking sword. By the way, I was touring San Diego State and did see a jousting club. Working on some stuff in the yard. Yeah, it wasn't exactly the type of pole use I would expect to see on a college campus. UVA laying 5.5. Not much to talk about here for me. Obviously, I'm taking NC State. Colby.
Yeah, look, I mean, shout out to UVA for finding a way to win that game. Odom's teams have had a knack for doing that this year. It was also Tony Bennett night. They made that thing on Tony Bennett court. Great emojis or great memes on Twitter regarding the Tony Bennett seeing Virginia score 86 points and being upset with it. But I'm all over the Pussy Pack here. I think Pussy, like, Virginia is one of the teams that I don't trust, man. And like they keep winning close. I think the Pussy Pack are going to beat them outright, man. I think they're going to take it to them. I just like go back and watch a lot of the Virginia games recently, whether it's the Notre Dame game where they won in double overtime, the Miami game that just occurred, the Florida State game they had no business winning. I look, to be honest, like I think he's done such a great job in year one. He's far exceeded expectations because what are they 24-3, and their 3 losses are all close. I still think they're phony. I still think he's they're a dangerous team to project to go far. If you're a Wahoo fan, I'm looking to fade them in March. I think the Pussy Pack get them here, man.
I'm with you. And who does Virginia have on deck on Saturday? Duke.
Is that Carol? Duke. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So this is an easy, maybe look past a little bit, look ahead spot here for Virginia. NC State's been good on the road. ATS. And that, I mean, both their offense and defense are really strong. I mean, let's see, 25th offensively, 34th defensively. Like they're a competent team, NC State. So you're giving them 5.5 in a conference game. I think they'll keep this close. So yeah, I'm on NC State plus 5.5.
Another thing is UVA drilled them earlier this year too in Raleigh. So I think that's a good. Well, you know how much of a maniac Will Wade is. There's no way they sleepwalk for this one.
Yeah. Also, fuck UVA.
There you go.
Carry on. You didn't even mention the free throw percentage.
Oh, big difference.
Yeah. It's It's we're almost to March.
6% difference in free throws.
All right. Next up, we have I don't know what happened if Colby was, if AI got a little off the rails here, but we have Kentucky and South Carolina, and Colby, you got a very interesting Kentucky logo going on over here as they lay 5.5 in Columbia against the Cox.
And look, if you guys get this right, if you get this player right of who that is, he played in the 80s. But I doubt you're going to be able to. But if you'll get it right, let's just say
what
I'll get you Eagles or Giants tickets next year. Whatever game you want. All right. If you nail this one.
I don't know.
No cheating though. There's no cheating. All right.
What's cheating?
Looks like Chuck Verteber to me, but.
The shout out to Jeff in the chat who nailed it. Kenny Skywalker.
Kenny Skywalker. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Well, I blame the caricature.
Kenny Skywalker, who was nasty. I called him as a Washington Bullet a lot of his career. Shout out to the Bullets, and was in the NBA dunk contest and probably would have won if it wasn't for this guy named Dominic Wilkins and Michael Jordan. Very good, very underrated dunker in game too. He could just float.
What's he sitting on there? What's going on?
That's just the white of the court, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Interesting cutout there. It looks kind of like he's, I don't know if he's sitting on something like an elephant trunk. Anyway, back to basketball as again, what happened? Where did this come up? Why? And he also has like a snake neck thing going on. It's very odd.
Yeah, I mean, this is from the
he's
80s.
about to bite someone.
It's a different time.
He's about to bite someone.
Kentucky, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Under investigation, but
so yeah, Kentucky still in the same place they were last time. They close loss, although still a loss.
That loss had to
Colby,
be. That was a painful loss. They're on the bubble now.
The SEC still sitting atop Ken Palm's conference rankings.
I mean, first off, tell me you guys watched the. Okay, there was two. Vanderbilt, Tennessee. If you watch the game on audio, and then if you watch the game on audio, Auburn, Kentucky. This is what I mean. This is what these announcers just leaning into it the whole fucking game. I mean, it's unbelievable. Like, it's actually sad that we're at this point where once the Big Ten, I feel like when the Big Ten left ESPN, because they'd always been with ESPN and Fox acquired them, all of a sudden you've seen the ESPN just go into promoting it's just sad to see.
Serious glazing, as the kids say.
When you turn on NFL Today or NHL, what any of these shows, right? You're supposed to have the bird's eye view of the sport as hey, this is what's going on right now. It's so disgusting to see them pump the SEC as the best conference, and it's just not accurate. It's last year you are correct. The SEC was the best basketball conference last year. This year, without question, it's not even number 2, and it might not even be number 3.
Ooh.
I think you can have the debate between the ACC and the SEC, right? Because I think the ACC might be better at the top than the SEC. But without question, the Big Ten and the Big 12 are better than the SEC in basketball. And the Big 12 is better than everybody by a good amount if you just watch the fucking games. There's no other way. You cannot convince me otherwise. Arizona just won again at Houston. Arizona's beaten everybody good, right? No respect.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean,
no
even
respect.
with Koa Pete out, they still won.
Yeah.
Well, this is one of the bad teams in the SEC. Maybe that's why Colby's selecting it in South Carolina.
Well, no, the reason why I put it there because I was either this or Michigan, Minnesota, and first off, that line's 23 points, but Michigan's in no matter what. Kentucky, if you lose this game, you're already you've played yourself to the bubble. You're on the inside of the bubble, but if you lose a game like this, this could be catastrophic for you. So, well, allegedly, we'll see what the corruption will do in the sport. But, I mean, I think you got to take Carolina when they set the line at 5.5. I think it's telling you something because I kind of thought this would be a little larger. Kentucky kind of took it to Auburn. We were very fortunate to get Auburn as a win. If you just played that on, I know we didn't hit it on our show, but I'm saying Auburn winning the game was very fortunate for them. So the line being 5.5, it sinks a little bit to me.
I mean, South Carolina has been horrible as a home dog. 1-5 ATS. Kentucky off of 3 straight losses. As you said, they need this game like blood. But can you trust Kentucky as a road favorite? I mean, they haven't been in this spot a lot. Definitely, just kind of like a disappointing team. I don't know. It's tough, and the free throws. I mean, we're looking at 6.7% better for the South Carolina offense. Feels like they have a decent chance to backdoor this thing. Am I crazy, Colby?
Yeah. Well, Lamont Paris is good as a dog. And also Kentucky's had their issues against a lot of Kentucky needed a Christian Laettner shot to beat LSU, who's trash, in Baton Rouge, 75-74. They lost to Missouri earlier this year. They had especially on the road, they've had their challenges pretty much against everybody. I mean, I've had a couple times where they got up against Arkansas, but I'll take the points, even though South Carolina seems to be a complete mess this season. I just think that line's off. I think it should be more like 7.5, 8.5. And South Carolina, Paris is really good as a dog. It's almost like to compare him to, some of the other coaches that we've hit on. There's certain coaches you just like as a dog, you hate as a favorite. Yeah. Mont Paris is certainly that.
Kentucky 7-10 ATS as a favorite in general. Kramer, what are you doing?
We haven't really talked. Have we talked about our boy Lamont Paris all season? I'll take. So we're diving into the stink. Is that what you're telling us, Colby?
Yeah, I mean, look, they are South Carolina, yeah, diving into the stink 100%. No, diving into the stink would actually be taking Kentucky.
No, because
Yeah.
the lines.
Yes.
That's confusing to me.
Yes, it is.
This stinks because it's too short.
But I mean, storm watch in full effect here. Anytime Kentucky comes to town, storm watch going on. But I mean, look, they've been all right at home. Besides, if you take out that Florida game where they lost by 1,000, they've been in some of these games. Like they beat Oklahoma at home, lose to Georgia by 5 at home. Like Georgia's better than Kentucky. Right?
You can't pick Kentucky with that logo that Colby has on the screen. I mean,
you
look
don't
at
like the Skywalker.
Look at that neck.
Homage to the greats. Yeah,
it's just a weird choice. It's a weird choice. So we all agree 3 straight picks.
South Carolina actually more consistent than Kentucky, which is kind of crazy.
That's not overly surprising considering how all over the map Kentucky has been. And I'm guessing South Carolina has just mostly been consistently bad. So it's not necessarily a good thing.
All right. So we're all on South Carolina plus 5.5. Hey, shout out to Kalshi. If you're looking to get in on the action, trade college hoops and everything else under the sun. You literally can trade anything over on Kalshi. New traders get $20 in their account only when you use our promo code SGPN. T's and C's do apply. But again, entertainment, politics, crypto, you can trade anything. And of course, college hoops. Good time to get in on the action. Download the Kalshi app today. Use our promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. The Rhythm is gonna bet you. Picks, prop, sides, total. Rhythm has it all. Continue to just dominate college basketball totals. One of their specialties. You can just use their house model or, fire away, build your own model, and make sure you check out the new parlay optimizer. We're going to be talking. Oh, we already talked about, let's see. Here we go. Miami at Florida State. Over 157.5 is the play that Rhythm likes. That's 157.5 over Miami at Florida State. And again, you can tail Rhythm or build your own models. Very easy to get started. 25% off premium with the promo code SGPN25. That's RITHMM.
All right, moving along. Hopefully, something a little better for the eyes to look at. And not that weird Skywalker character. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Now that's a logo right there. The Buffalo.
Another case of Blue Bulls. I love the Buffalo Bulls. I was going to say right? The Buffalo Bulls. I mean, that mascot's getting tested. It certainly looks like it's taking a needle or two to the back of the neck. Especially against your little zippies over here, right?
My zips. It is a little surprising to me that the Zips don't make the Friday card week after week when all they do is cover. Last time we were in Vegas, they did not cover for me. Zips are laying 15.5. Whew. Big number here in the MAC, but we know what Akron does on a Tuesday night, which by the way, this is the official MACtion night. Colby, are we all going to just lay the points here with Akron?
No, I'll take the points.
Oh, what?
I'll take the points. It's a big number. The Buffalo's solid. They just won at UMass for me as a dog. I think Buffalo's having a pretty good year. Akron will win by 10, but that's too big of a number for a case of Blue Bulls here. And this is like a kind of a breakthrough season for the Bulls.
See, now this is tough. As a guy who handicaps Colby's handicaps, part of me realizes he really likes his Blue Bulls reference, which is a good line. And is he picking them only because he's got that sweet line queued up?
Well, maybe. And they just hit for me moneyline dog against UMass.
Not only did he sneak in a great tout, subscribe to the College Experience, also a great line on the Buffalo Blue Bulls. So that makes
he likes Blue Bulls.
Blue Bulls.
Blue Bulls.
Blue Bulls.
It's hard to say. It's hard to say.
The case of Blue Bulls, man.
They don't really play defense. Defense doesn't always travel.
301st in the nation on the road.
This line is ridiculous, right? I mean, like, come on. Two of the better teams. Like, where seating in the MAC? Where is this here? I know that there's a gap, but Buffalo's still middle of the pack. They're very respectable. And they're playing for seating, by the way. They're a half game back from Bowling Green, right? So they're 6th in the conference right now. They can lock up 5th with the win here and some love, if Bowling Green loses, of course, but they're still playing for everything. It's a big ass number for a top 6 team in the conference.
I'm with Colby. This is a hair too high. Give me the Blue Bulls of Buffalo. And then if they get close and they don't finish, then we can say, oh, we got a Blue Bowl there.
Akron is 13-0 at home, which is a little scary, but they can win. They can win by 10.
Yeah, they have not been dominant lane at home.
And who's on deck?
5 and 6 ATS as a home favorite. So they're kind of, 500.
Who's on deck for Akron? At Kent State, the battle for the wagon wheel. So that's what you're playing.
So they're looking ahead to a wagon wheel.
Yes. Yes.
All right. I don't need anything more for my handicap.
What do you do with one wagon wheel?
You put it in your
gym.
You put it in your dorm room. Do shots out of it.
Okay. That might.
We would make some sort of drinking game out of a wagon wheel.
I guess. Yeah.
You blast Darius Rucker. Great cover of wagon wheel.
Yeah. I guess. Obviously, I'm on Akron. I would also say not a totals guy.
Okay.
This game's going over. Not a totals guy. This game also will be won at the 3-point line. Duke, Notre Dame in South Bend, 4 p.m. on the West Coast. Duke laying 17.5. Colby, I don't know if you saw it, but after you went on a little bit of a rant against fellow college basketball content creator Josh Pate,
college football creator.
College football.
Yeah.
I noticed that he had a take that was eerily similar to things that I've heard you talk about.
What's that?
And he was commenting on. Oh, I'm sorry. This was Ken. This was your outrage at Ken Palm. I apologize. So it was college basketball.
A big difference. Okay. I was like, Peyton. I haven't shit on Peyton in a while.
I feel like it was maybe 2 weeks ago, but that's fine. Okay, this was Ken Palm. You're right. More recent in the Target, even earlier this episode when I mentioned Ken Palm's conference rankings, and Ken Palm mentions when talking about the Michigan Duke game, the only downside is this game is taking place at a neutral site with ticket prices that prevent the commoner from attending. But it's worthy. But it's a worthy trade-off to get the return of late season non-conference games on the schedule. And if you really want to see the Cam Boozer show in person, simply wait a couple days, head to South Bend where you can get good seats for cheap. And oh no, I misread this the first time. Good seats for the price of a ham sandwich. So I was gonna say he's also a sandwich fan, Colby, which means, but seeing as I misread the whole thing, then doesn't matter.
I thought it was Josh Pate, but
well, because there was also that very recently, so I had forgotten which target. Anyway, 17.5 for the price of a ham sandwich.
Here's the difference: is Duke and Notre Dame. I know Notre Dame's been in the ACC for a little bit now, but it's still foreign. It's still foreign. You know what I mean? Like, so this is still like, if Duke had been playing,
what do you mean?
A tradition, like if it was Duke, Georgia Tech, then I would say, okay, sign up. I'm saying this game makes you want to fall asleep, bro. But it's, you know what I mean? Like Duke playing at Notre Dame. What's the significance of that? Because they're now in the ACC.
Well, the
he's trying to say what Ken Palm's saying in the paragraph is trying to say like, hey, you'd be better off catching this. And I say, why? I'd much rather see the Michigan Duke game in DC than a Notre Dame conference game against Duke. You know?
I thought you liked I thought Colby liked on campus.
I do, but this is a foreign fucking game. This is still like, this is like Rutgers UCLA to a certain extent. You know what I mean? Like, okay. It was cooler when
making a good argument of why we're talking about it on the show, but
Adi, make sure you pull a clip of Colby stating he likes neutral site games.
I don't.
Duke laying 17.5. To me, the handicap starts with, okay, they just beat Michigan, huge win for them, possible letdown, but they've been good in this spot situationally. 14-10 ATS off a win. Notre Dame coming off a loss. They haven't been good in that situation. They haven't been great as a home dog. Duke's defense can just smother Notre Dame's offense. It feels like Duke's decent at putting away teams they're much better than. I think the play is Duke. Colby?
I'll take the Irish. I don't like it. Marcus Burton, their best player, is injured still. He's out for the season.
Yeah, I think Duke is just going to fuck up Notre Dame. I don't think they're worried about a letdown.
I'll take.
Not worried about looking ahead to Virginia. Got a tough Virginia matchup.
The situational spot says take the points. Duke wins by 12. I don't think the game's ever super close, but I think 17.5 is a big fucking number for a Power 5 opponent. So I just think Duke by 10, by 12. It'll be
Kramer. What are you doing?
Sleepy spot for the cost of a ham sandwich. Give me the points.
All right, I'll stick with Duke.
Duke's good.
Yeah,
you should be proud of that pick.
Thank you.
Although this is one of those that you wanna come up north to the Northern Illuminati headquarters. Duke, welcome to South Bend. Which, by the way, if you've ever driven by Notre Dame and tried to explore it, not a very friendly place to let random people wander through camp. Maybe it was just randomness with construction, but yeah, it was a lot of stuff was closed off.
I got shit hammered the linebacker in, had a good old time.
I was at the La Quinta, but yeah, when I tried to explore the campus, it was not working out for me.
Hey, bring your dog for free, right?
Yeah. I think that's probably why I was there. West Virginia, Oklahoma.
Mac driving to this game.
It's probably. Yeah. He can't fly. He's on a list, I'm sure.
Oh well, yeah. Hopefully, yeah. He's on. It might be on a list for driving as well. Oklahoma State laying 2.5 here against West Virginia. We did see. Now, anytime I see someone wearing West Virginia gear, I do think in my head it would be fun to just say "eat shit, Pitt." Oklahoma State here laying the 2.5 points. I feel like we've had an interesting relationship with Oklahoma State over the last couple episodes. Colby.
Okay. So, I mean, the reason why I put this one there is like both are on the outside of the bubble, but there's still a path for both. Like if West Virginia was to win out their final 4 games and then potentially win a game or two in the Big 12 tournament, I think they'd be in. And the same could be said for Oklahoma State. And Oklahoma State, who's lost 5 in a row ever since they stormed against BYU, they actually might even have the better opportunity just because of they get Houston in Stillwater to end the season. But this is do or die. This is kind of like watching a playoff game here. I'll take the boys that have lost. Like I just don't like West Virginia scoring. I know Oklahoma State's lost 5 in a row. West Virginia plays at that 360 pace, and they're just offensively challenged. So when they hit the road, I look to fade them. I know they won magically in Orlando a couple games ago, but they're still 3-4 on the road this season. Oklahoma State, more desperate team, losing 5 in a row.
They had that TCU game too. They blew it late.
Yeah. So I'm gonna lay it with the Cowboys here because I just think that this is a spot where they right the wrongs. 5 straight losses. They get back on the winning thing. See if they can make one more push to making the dance here. Lay it with the Cowboys. And it's a far trip. I mean, shit. Morgantown to Stillwater is a far trip. I don't think you fly into Stillwater. I think you fly into Oklahoma City and take a bus a couple hours.
No,
do they go home after TCU and then go back out to Oklahoma?
No. You're right. That's right. I forgot. So they actually, that's not that bad though. That's not Fort Worth to Stillwater is not that bad. Not that bad. I'm still taking.
How will they
Oklahoma
keep
State.
up with their studies though?
Yeah.
I'm with you. Oklahoma State at home must win. Give me the Pokes laying 2.5 here. I'm with you. West Virginia is a weird team. Tough to trust in this spot. I'll take West Virginia or Oklahoma State. Nice difference at the free throw line as well. Almost 6%.
All right. Well, last time we talked about them, I think we all took Kansas fading Oklahoma State. I kind of like the angle that they're hanging around. Not necessarily the same type of weird road trip. And I think Oklahoma State, like this is one where Oklahoma State absolutely should win the pace battle, but I'll take West Virginia. Give me the points. I realize we can't just agree all episode either. Get my island games, work on my percentage getting up, carry the water. Cincinnati. So that was 2.5 if no one said the actual spread. Cincinnati laying 3.5 against Texas Tech and Lubbock, 4 p.m. on the West Coast. The Cincinnati team is pretty. So I think the view of Cincinnati probably is a good example of why some people think the SEC is better than the Big 12 as a conference. But of late, Cincinnati's been pretty nice. And so in this spot here,
Cincinnati's favored by 3.5.
No, I'm sorry. I think I messed this slide up. Texas Tech's laying 5.5. My bad.
Okay.
whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
I was
Whoa.
going to say, I like Texas Tech as a home dog against Cincinnati.
Yeah. I missed this. Texas Tech's laying 5.5, over under at 142.5.
Oh my goodness. Dear God. Phone the federales. Yeah. Also worth noting, what was it? When did Texas Tech, Colby, I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted by this Bearcat logo that you've used. It looks like it has a foot for an arm. That's a very, what's it doing there?
That's the claw. All right.
You've completely distracted me from my thoughts on Texas Tech, Cincinnati. Anyway, Cincinnati in good form was the point.
Well, yeah, they just beat Kansas at Kansas. Crazy win for them. Feels like a letdown spot potentially. I mean, if they
can't let down.
If they beat Kansas and Texas Tech back to back, I know Texas Tech's injured, but I don't know. This feels like a Texas Tech smash spot. What am I missing, Colby?
I'm buying in, man. 4 in a row. Wes Miller's, it's almost the worst nightmare for a Cincinnati fan. It's like Satterfield in football. It's like, oh, we're going to fire him. We just need to have a losing season. And it's like, he did just enough to not get fired by winning 7 or 8 games. I think they got something here. I think they were injured early in the season and they got healthier. And I know they still had some letdown moments, but sometimes that could play a role in just lack of consistency. Is just trying to bring everybody back, minutes, working out the rotation. They've caught something, and the fact that Texas Tech doesn't have Toppin anymore, I expect that it didn't burn them against Kansas State, but Kansas State's terrible. Another thing is Texas Tech has a trip to Ames on deck. I'm taking the 5.5 with the Bearcats. I think they're alive on the money line.
Kramer, what are you doing?
Oh, 100%. I'm taking the Bearcats, and I mean, don't they kind of need to keep winning?
Yes.
I mean, where do they fit on the bubble? They're one of the teams. I mean, I feel like the last I looked, they were one of the teams that was on the outside looking in. So
yeah, that was before the Kansas game, though. Let me look.
That's true, but even then, I don't think they. I mean, they're going to beat Oklahoma State, but they're going to be dogs in the other 3 games. So feels like what they're going to have to get one of them. And yeah, I like the momentum play. I also like, again, a very off put by the logo Colby's used, youtube.com/sportsgamblingpodcast.
And shout out to David pointing out Kirk Kreisa evolving into the leader. I like this kid. All right, you guys talked me into it. I'll take Cincinnati in the
2
eyes.
eyes.
So look, they're still out. They're still on the like according to CBS Sports, they are still out. So they got to play their way, continuing to stay hot there to get back into the mix there. So okay, let's go.
Jeff in the chat pointed out second game without Toppin. It is usually the second game where you really notice the game, because like the first game, oh hey everyone get up, win one for Toppin, and then the second game is where you really seem to notice it. So yeah, good angle there. I'll take Cincinnati.
Yeah, I'm looking for a big game from Day Thomas. That's all I got. Next game. Feel like this is the second show in a row where we've landed on a lot of 5.5 point spreads. Just a interesting data point. 4 p.m. on the West Coast. We're heading to Dayton, Ohio, where St. Louis is laying 5.5 on the road. Very strange. Again, visuals. Colby certainly was having some fun when he was making the art today. Some of those, I've seen some of the studies on the mushrooms lately. It seems like Colby could be onto something with all that mushroom use, aka slide creation. Colby, St. Louis laying a decent chunk here on the road.
Oh no, it stops here. It fucking stops here. They blew out Dayton.
Wow, that was passionate.
It's personal.
Well, they blew out Dayton. we had them on the money line, or we had Rhode Island on the money line the last time they hit the road. This arena is perhaps the hardest. I think the hardest arena to go into and win. I guess you could say VCU, maybe the Siegel Center. And when they played Dayton before, first off, Dayton's was dinged up. Dayton's gotten hot at the right time of year. And remember, Dayton spent the most money in the A-10 on their roster. They've won 3 straight games, and getting healthy is the big thing. Deshane Montgomery coming back, Jordan Durkak coming back there for the Flyers has been pivotal in this run. So at UD Arena, I'm all over the points here, especially knowing St. Louis just had that big win against VCU. It is a letdown spot here too. And because that's another thing is they have a pretty big lead now because of that win against VCU. There's still 4 games left, so they have enough meat on the bone to lose the 1 seed. But I think Dayton is primed to get them here. I love Anthony Grant as a dog too, because Dayton isn't a dog much in conference. So give me Dayton. I think they win this thing outright.
Haven't we been here before, Sean?
Been where?
Staring down the barrel of Colby trying to take the other side of St. Louis.
Yeah, I'm riding the St. Louis team. Their defense is very good. They want to hang on to the 1 seed. Dayton, not that great at home against the number.
Get that mayonnaise.
They weren't always healthy, man. They weren't always healthy. I think that's a big thing. And you look at what St. Louis done on the road. Okay, they blew out. They lost last time they went onto the road. They lost to Rhode Island outright. Right. Then they blew out Loyola Chicago, but everyone's doing that. At Davidson, they ended up winning by 9. Davidson covered that game, but Davidson was up by double digits a lot of that game. And then go back and look at the Duquesne win. They win by 4 at Duquesne. They have been tested on the road. I'm telling you that Dayton's going to catch them. They're going to catch them, buddy.
I'm also going to use the data point of they played earlier in the season, Sean.
What was the score?
You want to take a flyer on a guess?
I'm guessing St. Louis won by a margin.
102-71.
Yeah. St. Louis is a much better team. Give me St. Louis.
That won't be motivation, right?
No, it could be. I just think St. Louis is. You got Milk Chamberlain. Come on, what more do you need?
Beating Colby by 7 percentage points this year overall on the picks.
Oh wow!
Oh my God!
Bradley.
We'll see. Well, easy to see a tie.
A lot of picks left. Conference tournaments right around the corner.
How many of those were fake numbers?
That you created?
Yeah, I'm still saying. I mean, a lot of those numbers are fake. Battle of Chicago or Battle of Illinois here, right?
When do conference tournaments start? Next week, right?
Like 10 days, I think, right?
Right around the corner. You should know this.
No, because only 28 days in February. Yeah, you're right. Next week.
It's like Monday, I think.
Yeah.
Bradley,
next Monday, yeah.
I feel like we haven't talked about any cases of UIC this year. For some reason, we don't have a real name, and that UIC looks like it's burning. You definitely want to get some penicillin going. It's cooking, right? Looks like the flame is coming out of the urethra. UIC laying a projected 4.5. Is this accurate, Colby? In Chicago, 5 p.m. tip.
I believe.
On Tuesday.
Hold on, let me see because these lines started to drop as we were doing the show. This line, there might be a real line on this game now.
They're scared to list a Bradley line. 2.5 for it.
Illinois,
Chicago laying 2.5.
Yeah, I'll lay it. I look, Bradley has a 1 game lead on them. This is for the 2 seed essentially. UIC has, to me, been the more consistent team this year. Bradley is always great in Peoria. When they're not in Peoria, I worry about them. They have long scoring droughts. UIC, one of the flaws of taking UIC at home is they haven't necessarily had the littest environment. But I think this being a rivalry game will probably be one of the bigger home crowds for UIC. And another thing is, I think it's also senior night. So yeah, I'm all over UIC.
I'm with you. Just fading Bradley on the road. 3-7 ATS. That's all I need. Give me UIC. I'm with Colby.
That Bradley Bear or that Bradley Gargoyle looks like he's given some ladies on campus a case of UIC. So you're both fading Bradley.
Yep.
I'll take the Bradley Bears.
Braves.
The Bears. Whatever.
That looks like a gargoyle. What are you talking about?
He's a brave gargoyle.
All right.
Auburn, who we were just referencing earlier in that game against. Now I'm blanking who we were. Oh, Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Taking on Oklahoma in Norman, 6 p.m. on the West Coast. Auburn laying 1.5 on the road here, huh? Porter Moser probably going to get 2 in the back of the head at the end of the season. Colby.
I mean, I thought so. Last year they have a new athletic director. They didn't fire Venables, so they have. I would assume they were grabbing money to fire Venables, and then he made the playoffs. So they probably have some money to fire somebody. And
3 conference wins. It's not gonna get it done.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong. They're probably a game. They're probably a game off the bubble, according to Ken Palm.
Oh no.
I mean, why is the line so short then?
Well, I mean, Auburn coming off that win against Kentucky, but before that they had lost 5 in a row. Now Oklahoma kind of hitting the similar wall.
Yeah. Give me Oklahoma. The line's short as hell. Oklahoma's a weird team. They were in that A&M game. These
are like both 2 teams I want nothing to do with. So I'll default and take the home team, right? Like, are you excited to bet on Auburn or Oklahoma?
Especially Auburn on the road's been terrible this year. So yeah. I guess the line reflects that. But that's what's hilarious. If Oklahoma is so shitty, which right, if they're not mentioned anywhere on the bubble, if they're so shitty, then why is the team in the field, Auburn, just a 1.5 favorite at Oklahoma?
Oklahoma's 5-9 ATS at home. Auburn's 3-5 ATS on the road. These are both just 2 disappointing teams. I'll default just by taking the home dog.
Yeah, to Colby's point, Auburn currently a consensus 10 seed.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah.
Which part that they're in?
Yes. Yes.
I tend to agree with you. I mean, you can't have it's like great. They're in a tough conference, but they've lost 6 of the last 7 games. Give me Oklahoma. I think sometimes you just have to, if you're going to be so aware of recency bias in football, you have to, and I understand the basketball season, there's longer, you should factor the whole thing, but you have to like favor the way a team is playing, like the form they're in currently, especially on the bad side. Miami, go ahead, Colby.
No, I'm just saying, like, I just don't find it consistent. Like, if you're saying, okay, they're 15-12, I think is Auburn's record, right?
Yeah, I mean they're
ECU is 17-10. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like you're telling me, like, the bracketology I see right now has, and this is over at CBS Sports, TCU is the second to last team in, right? I don't get it. I just don't get it. TCU should be way ahead of Auburn. TCU has beaten Florida. Auburn's best win is Florida. Guess what? TCU has that same win, right?
Like, I think we can all agree that if you finish under 500 in your conference, you probably don't need to be in the tournament.
It's fair.
Yeah. I don't get the metrics.
Just do that. Let's just start there. You're under 500 in your conference. You don't need to be in the tournament. Miami of Florida. Remember, fraud Miami. They named their city well after Miami of Ohio was a university. They're laying 2.5 against rival Florida State. There's no kicking for them to miss wide left or right here. Tallahassee, 9 p.m. local time kick, and I apologize. This is Saudi Arabia State.
Tip, not kick.
Yeah,
it's
come on, Ryan.
Just
act like you know ball.
9 p.m. tip in Tallahassee. Colby, how have we been moving some Saudi Arabia State shirts?
I have not checked, but we should be, because that's one of the best things I believe we have in our store. SG.pn/store.
Great plug,
guys. Locks. What do I not? I always get this confused. Luke Locks, I think it is. Luke Lukes.
You got it. Be confident.
Their head
Colby.
coach. He's turned a corner. He's turned a corner, man. Have you guys caught this Saudi Arabia State team? They have won 6 of 7, and their one loss in that mix was to Virginia in a game they were up the entire game. I'm all over Saudi Arabia State here. Everyone's gonna be eating sand sandwiches at the casino. All right, let's go.
Look at the detail on this shirt. I mean,
This one's great shirt.
It's really pop at your March Madness party.
It's a great conversation starter. The problem is on the other side, Miami's playing pretty good basketball. Almost won outright at Virginia as a big dog. They've been great on the road. ATS 6-2. I mean, I don't know if they should be a road favorite, but man, kind of like them in this matchup. But then to Colby's point, Florida State's playing really good basketball, in particular at home. Nice little free throw edge. I'll go home dog here, Florida State. Kramer, what are you doing? Although I do like this Miami team.
I mean,
it should be noted that Florida State did upset Miami in Miami by 2 on January 20th.
So do we just play the revenge spot? I feel like, and
yeah, you know what? Give me Miami. They've been good to me.
And yeah, you got it with Luke Locks. And it is a bit of a tongue twister, Colby.
Well, he played there. It's just you hear the problem is you hear announcers say something differently, and then you're like, was I saying it wrong? And really, they were saying it wrong. Or like I interviewed him, and I was listening to what other people were saying right before I interviewed him because I was like, it's Locks, right? And then when you watch a broadcast and sometimes you say, well, Luke's is doing an unbelievable job. And you're like, wait, what did I get bad information? you almost need to directly ask him how to pronounce his last name.
I will say, as we've gotten deeper into stuff, there are times you can be misled by like the only person saying it is some lower, especially if it's a lower level of football player, the announcer is mispronouncing his name and then you're the asshole. Unfortunately, give me the Canes here, laying the 2.5. Unfortunately, but go buy a Saudi Arabia State t-shirt. Yeah, they're still, they need to do some more partnerships to dig out of the hole there. And that's my next favorite thing that's starting to happen is all these programs that are complaining they've lost all this money.
How about SMU, by the way? You see that? See SMU's recent one of their donors just gave them $50 million.
Nice.
At just over the past like 72 hours, and then his statement is, "We are SMU. We will never have donor fatigue." Bold statement.
Good team to play for.
Oil money guys are the best. Tennessee, Missouri. Missouri's been playing well. They're catching 3.5 at home here. Another late tip. Back east, 6 p.m. out here on the West Coast. Tennessee laying 3.5. I can't get Rick Barnes correct.
Nice win in Vandy.
I can't. I'm
Great
not doing.
Vandy. This is a spot. We got to take Mizzou here, right?
Colby, isn't this like now? I'm starting to think this is a decent Rick Barnes team that could.
This is
make
the year.
A little run.
Ryan, it's different. This is the year.
I don't think this is the year they could do all the damage, but I mean, this is a pretty good team.
Yeah. Well,
how did they lose to Kentucky twice? Like, it's a very confusing team. Also,
look, I'm on Mizzou. Mizzou's desperate. They're in the 11th seed, so like I know if you look at bracketology, they're not just pulling up whatever bracketology last 4 in. They're not there right now, but when we did the show the other night, they were the last team in the field. So they're still an 11 seed, which means you're on the bubble.
So right now, according to Bracket Matrix, they are firmly on the bubble as an 11 seed, and Tennessee is right on the 5-6 line, basically.
Yeah, and Tennessee's got Alabama on deck, and by the way, Betty Acco filled some paperwork out to try to appeal that situation there in Tuscaloosa. But yeah, I think Missouri needs it more. I love Dennis Gates as a home dog. I think that's been kind of his forte as his coach at Mizzou, his time at Mizzou. And you got to like the fact they're coming off the rivalry game against Vandy when Vandy was ahead of them too. So that was like right there. I think that game was one that Tennessee really circled. Great win for them. Mizzou's 14-2 at home this season. This has been Gates' thing. When ranked teams come there, they normally play well. So I'm on Mizzou. I think they handle business here.
Colby's right. Fading Tennessee off that big win at Vandy, and Missouri is a home dog, 3-0 so far this season. I'll take Missouri plus 3.5. Kramer.
Yeah, they've all covered the last 2. They covered against my sweet Arkansas Pigs Sueys. Give me Missouri plus the points. I think we'll put this in the money line parlay pile for later as well. Please notate that, please. Arizona State, TCU in Fort Worth. Another 6 p.m. tip here. Colby bringing out a very nice piece from the Goatsy collection over there for the Sun Devils. TCU laying 6.5 at home. Very nice Horned Frog as well. This is a game that I'm not sure why we're talking. It's not a game that needed to be on the card.
Because
didn't need to be on the card.
No, I think all my games I put there have stakes, and TCU is the second to last team in, according to a lot of people or the bracketology at CBS. Yeah,
like it's just,
right?
You won't say their names.
Everybody has them as a team that is right there on the bubble. Strangely, I don't think they should. I think they should be further in. They should be where Missouri is, or they should be where Auburn is. I mean, and they have to just take care of business here, right? They are home to Arizona State, at Kansas State, the next 2 games. Those are must wins. You can afford to lose at Texas Tech or to Cincinnati, and I still think you could find your way in. But you can't afford a bad loss like this. And historically, Jamie Dixon struggles with games like that.
Yeah.
Arizona State is a strange team. They've
been decent on the road against the number though.
Dude, like roster wise, they're talented. Yeah. That's another reason. Like I know that, like back to your point of like you say the SEC will look at these teams and say like with your Cincinnati angle. I still think like if you examine the roster, you say this team's pretty good. They haven't been able to win games, but I don't think the roster's bad. I'll take the points. TCU, I never liked Dixon as a gigantic favorite either. Just certain things. I mean, they're not like a great shooting team. They always struggle. I feel like they always go through long gaps of not being able to score the ball. Their pace is a little bit better this year than other years, but I still think like terrible free throw shooting team. They leave a lot of points out there. Arizona State stays within the number. Hopefully TCU doesn't fuck this up and lose outright, but I think TCU gets the dub, but give me the points in Arizona State.
Yeah, I'm with you. Give me the Fighting Hurleys one more time here on the road. 6.5.
Fun nugget from this game. Although Arizona State, again, I'm using Ken Palm numbers. Apologies, Colby. Don't mean to offend you. But according to Ken Palm's average height, Arizona State is 9th in the country. TCU is 323. Yet Arizona State is dreadful at rebounding. So I was going to say this is a game that there'll be one on the boards, but that might not work out for us if we're taking Arizona State. Forks up. I'll be 4
percentage points better.
And if you're in Tempe watching this,
not rebounding though.
No.
And if you're in Tempe watching this, it goes delicious or it pairs perfectly with a delicious slice of Venezia's
this fucking
pizza.
Guy. These fucking Venezia pizzeria.
Venezia.
What did you?
Don't be surprised when White Tiger ends up on a full ride in Arizona State, Kramer.
Where these guys?
Colby's, this is Colby's college fund. It's just mentioning Venezia's
100%. 100%.
First ever Venezia pizza. And
Dad, I want to go to Duke or Carolina. They don't have fake. They don't have the fake hits bouncing over there. All right, get yourself out to Tempe.
I there is a chance I'll be taking my daughter to Arizona State to check out the campus. I'm not sure why we have to do that, but might happen. I've explained to her it's not a place that she needs to be going. Iowa State.
It's not dedicated to learning.
Is what a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure she does. She also is really stoked on University of California, San Diego, because it's close to the beach. So I'm not sure what she's prioritizing.
Wait, the Toreros?
No, that's University of San Diego. Colby, please.
Former host, former Steve Lavin coached a team.
Who's that?
He's still with them with the rest of the season. The rest of the season, but he did get fired. Yeah.
Wait, they fired him and he still has to coach the rest of the season?
He's still got to coach the rest of the season. His team responded well. With the loss the other night.
But that is not the Tritons. That is the Toros. So that
Toreros.
It's not Toreros. That's not where I was. I did check out San Diego State though, Colby. Very.
Did you take her to the snapper?
You know, I was a little disappointed to find out how far away the football stadium was from campus.
Yeah. Well, at least it's their own stadium, you know.
But Colby, the basketball arena being right there, smack in the middle of campus.
I've stormed there. That's a
pretty cool vibe. Like you got apartments right there. Very, very cool. Iowa State laying 12.5 against Utah in Salt Lake, 6 p.m. on the West Coast. Sean is going to remind us that there's elevation at play here because I don't think there's many mountains in Iowa.
No.
And so probably going to maybe start by looking at the dog. Colby with a very nice classic Utes logo. Shout out to the Utes. I floated down the Green River where a large section of it, one side of the river we couldn't camp on because it was Ute land. And they used to be cool with people camping there until too many people were assholes. And so then they said, fuck off, stay off our land. So shout out to the Utes.
Can't blame them. Yeah.
No, not at all.
They have a rough history of allowing white people to hang out on their land.
Yeah, no, I would, I'd be the same way.
Utah is the play. Home elevation dog. They've been good as a home underdog. Not great at home overall. Iowa State laying a massive number, even though they're 5.9% worse at the line. Utah State, they kept it close against UCF. Why would they not keep it Utah? Why would they not keep it close against Iowa State?
Well, Iowa State's been out there and they've been out there. They lost at BYU. So they've been hanging out there for a few days, but I'm with you. I think this is like a 10-point win by Iowa State. Utah is playing better. You see this a lot, whether, when you get a first year head coach, sometimes it just
starts clicking late.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I think it was year 2 actually. Right. But still his program is a hard sell, like he's an NBA guy that comes in there. No, this is year 1. This is year 1 for him. What am I talking about?
Come on, Colby.
Eilert was the interim. Yeah. So yeah, I think they are playing better. They cover it. Iowa State by 10.
Good luck. Give me Iowa State defeating the elevation handicap of Sean right off the bat due to the fact they've been enjoying some great time out there in Utah. And then you look at the numbers. I'll tell you what, this is a game that will be decided on the glass. Iowa State destroys them there. Lots of easy second chances. Blowout city here. Sorry, guys.
And we're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Get involved on the Underdog Pick'em. Big news. They just upped their payouts. So now 2 pick entries pay 3.5x. 3 pick entries now pay 6.5x.
Ooh.
Beating a lot of the competition there. So a good time to hop in. Colby, what do we any college basketball plays you like?
Yes. Let's talk about 2 of the games that we are on. Or covering Darian Williams, who previously of Texas Tech is now at NC State. I'm going to take the PRA higher 20.5. The last time, I guess actually, but okay, he's been pretty good in the bigger spotlight games. Last time he hit the road, he did struggle, but the other spotlight games like at SMU, at Clemson, he's the focal point of their offense. 20.5 points, rebounds, assist. This is a guy that he's been in college for like a decade, so you like that. No stranger to playing in big environments. He's been averaging 14.5 points a game, 5 boards, 3 assists. So right there will put you in the cusp. But I think in these big spotlight games, go back, look at the Clemson game. 17 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Go look at the SMU game, 25 points. Just alone, he beat it with points there. A lot of the spotlight games he's shown up, and that's because he is a guy that is one of the better players in college basketball. So give me that. And then I'll take Baba Miller for the Cincinnati Bearcats. One of the guys that was injured earlier this year. Higher than 14.5 points is my play. He scored 18 at Kansas the other night. You look at it really since he's come back in a lot of the spotlight games, he's been their top guy. UCF 17 points. I actually only one time in the last 5 games has he done less than 14, and that was against Utah at 13. And I think that was kind of just a little bit of game script. So give me Baba Miller higher 14.5 points tomorrow.
Okay, so higher on Baba Miller, 14.5 points, and higher on Darian Williams, 20.5 PRA.
Yeah.
PRA.
Get it right, Sean.
That's what I was saying. $100 entry returns you $350, and you can get those bonus funds over at Underdog Fantasy when you use our promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Novig, available in a bunch of states. It's a great prediction market. Again, you spend $5 over on Novig, you get $50. Use that promo code SGPN. If you use an odds screen, you'll see very oftentimes Novig has the best numbers in the biz. Highly recommend getting fired up and get involved with the Novig. Again, 35 plus states. If it's available in your state and you're not signed up already, what are you waiting for? Novig, promo code SGPN.
Yeah, what are you doing? Get with the program. By the way, Baba Miller. What would you guess that name is?
Like what region?
Where's he
from?
Yeah.
Baba.
I think I know where he's from.
Mediterranean.
Is he from Spain? Is he from Spain?
Yeah, that's Spain.
Played for Real Madrid. His full name is Papa Abba Akar Bartolome Miller. So there's a Papa and a Papa. I'm kind of confused. It seems like they've merged Bart and Papa and Abba Bakar. It's he's got a lot going on, but anyway. Bapa, and also there's never been another Bapa Miller according to the Sports Reference database.
Makes sense.
Yeah. We're talking Arizona and Baylor, where Colby dusted off two of the. This would be in one of those weird art exhibits where things are slightly off, like they remove the eyeballs from things. Baylor catching 10.5 points at home here. I mean, Arizona. Arizona's pretty good.
Now I think here's how you could look at it. There's two ways. One, is this a potential letdown spot for Arizona, right? They just had the big win over Houston. Then they're at Baylor, and then they get to play Kansas back at home. So maybe easy look at. On the other side, even without Koa Pete, who I'm guessing is still going to miss this game.
Game time decision.
Yeah. So maybe he does end up playing, but Baylor has been bad as a home dog. 0-4 ATS. Arizona, you want to keep your high bracket seeding. This I'm laughing because someone in the chat said the Zona Wildcats definitely in the Epstein files.
Oh, yeah.
A very lecherous look by the eyes there.
No. He was just the pizza delivery cat.
Yeah, just delivered some pizzas.
Just delivering pizzas.
I kind of think Arizona might be the play, even though this is not a great situation spot for them. They are just playing great basketball, as simple as the handicap is. Colby, what are your thoughts?
I mean, you got to take Baylor, right? I know they've been trash this year, but I'm saying, like, what better spot if you still don't have Koa Pete? You just won at Houston. You're getting 10.5. You got to stay at least within the number. You know what I mean? They should be saying, if you're Scott Drew, you should be saying, we have 4 games left. 3 of them are against tournament teams. We win these games, we can go to the dance, right? Or we can even go 3-1. And as long as we win,
I can start for the Eagles. All I got to do is make the team, make the roster, start hitting the weights in the offseason. I just think this Arizona team is playing awesome basketball. I think they're going to roll this Baylor team. So I'll lay the big number.
Oops, sorry. I was just going to show. I didn't know.
We do have a bear video that Colby shared. This is a courtesy of Lake Tahoe. People are skiing down the mountain, and all of a sudden,
people are like, "Dumb bitch in the background. Why are the bears crossing there?
Because they're bears. This is where they live."
Oh, shit!
It almost looked like he was chasing the one guy. Luckily, he was just trying to get to the other side of the hill there.
Hold on, though. Play it and listen to the woman in the background.
Did it already happen?
I can't remember, but I just know she's like, well, why would they cross there?
Yeah, you got to put the audio up. There you go.
Stop!
Stop!
Get out of there!
No way.
Why are they out in the snow?
No, that's what it is. I'm like, where's their house? What are you talking about?
Well, I think also, don't bears normally hibernate in the winter?
I've never. Yeah. I know.
I don't know. I don't know enough about bears.
Why are these bears out in the snow? They live in the wild.
Kramer, what are you doing? Baylor, Arizona.
Yeah. So to answer your question, basically their instincts will wake them up from hibernation if like drastic weather situations are happening or they need to move around. So who knows what woke them up? It does say that if you come across a bear that is awake during hibernation months, I mean, it's basically like a human on Ambien. So you might want to be careful. You don't.
I mean, I think it applies to any bear encounters. I'm not like trying to fuck with them.
Yeah. Have you ever had a bear encounter?
I think I've seen a couple in the distance, but not like in my normal space.
So I was at a dude ranch in Colorado and ran back to the cabin to get something, come out and open the door. And there is a bear, a giant black bear just standing it just ran away, standing on the deck there. Now the scary part was when we were riding a horse, which I already not a big fan of riding horses, and about 50 feet off to the left, there were some bears and the horses got spooked.
What's your beef with the horses?
Just not like I never felt compatible with riding a horse. I mean, I've ridden like really? If you're on a regular trail, whatever, but these like back country we're climbing fucking mountains, I just feel like when you feel like you're in a seat you're not supposed to be sitting in. That's what it feels like when I'm riding a horse.
All right.
Yeah. So I got no beef against horses. Love racing them. Love the digital kind, but sitting on the back of one for a long time, not my cup of tea. I'll as much as I like the idea of a home dog here, Arizona's too good.
Yeah.
Wyoming, Boise State, and beautiful Boise, Idaho. 6 p.m. on the West Coast. I was just having a conversation. Most of my conversating with friends comes around Super Bowl squares time when I mass email everyone. And I was catching up with someone who now lives up in the Idaho area, telling me how great it is. And he goes, "Are you aware of Boise State? They have a crazy good football program." I laughed out loud because it was hilarious. But just the idea that someone goes to Idaho and discovers this rabid football program where they play on a blue turf. It's there's nothing unnatural about it, but I believe there are parts of Idaho, some of the few parts of the United States that are considered in the blue zone. So maybe that's where they got the blue turf. Colby, what are we doing here? That cowboy, by the way, looks like something. He might have sat on that. The stool was upside down. They closed early, and he sat down on it, and he's walking a little funny. Colby, we're not taking the Cowboys.
Shout out to Sundance Wicks. He just got a gigantic win for Wyoming at Grand Canyon, which is super impressive. They won outright at Grand Canyon.
That's a tough place to get a win.
That's like one of the best wins in the conference so far this season. But back-to-back away at Boise, rivalry game. I got to lay it with Boise, especially the way like Leon Rice's teams. They beat San Jose the other day, but their collapse against UNLV, I think they're making a point of emphasis. San Jose State's never beaten Boise, so I don't think they really focus on that. I think they were focusing on this one here. I'll lay it with Boise, especially knowing they went to Laradice and stuck it to them earlier. I just think they're the better team.
Yeah, no, this is a Boise State smash spot. Wyoming coming off that massive win. Boise State at home. Wyoming struggled on the road all season. I mean, with the they had that huge win against Grand Canyon, but other than that, they've not been good on the road. 3-7 ATS feels like a good time to fade them here. So yeah, give me Boise State.
And we're picking this at 8.5.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also a big fan of Boise here. Sean didn't mention it, but the free throw shooting is not only is the free throw shooting great, but they're going to be able to get to the line a ton against Wyoming. This is one where that would be the one liner here. Boise State is going to win this game at the free throw line, and they're going to lose it on the glass as well. Boise lay the 8.5, maybe a lock here, maybe a lock. USC. UCLA. This used to be a rivalry when they were in the Pac-12 together. I'm not sure if it still is in the Big Ten. UCLA
6.5 right now. Yeah.
UCLA laying 6.5 in Westwood, 8 p.m. local time out here. All is right in the world now that Mick Cronin apologized to that reporter that he scolded for coming at him, bro. I mean, what do you think happened? What's going on? Give me the Mick Cronin update, Colby.
I mean, my 2 cents is real quick. I think they told him, "Hey, it seems like you're trying to get fired. If you keep doing this shit, we're gonna fire you with cause and try to keep some of your money."
Told him that?
I think there was some sort of conversation between management and UC and Mick Cronin.
Maybe his lawyer said, "Hey, they can fire you for cause."
Either between Mick directly or through his agent. Someone was like, "Hey, dude, this isn't working. You know, this is if you're thinking buyouts, this is not the way to go about it." That's the sense I get. But Colby, you're the expert. What's your take?
Well, and we looked it up on the last episode. He did sign that extension last offseason. So
yeah, I mean, I don't think UCLA has the resources to do this, but maybe you have a good point with the finding something in the like. They just fired Jerome Tang for some bullshit. Putting down his players is maybe you could you kick one of your players out, bad PR. I don't know, something in the language of that contract perhaps. But I also think Mick Cronin maybe also just he apologized about the way he handled the situation with this player that he ejected. He said, "I was in the wrong when I look back on the tape." And man, you never know behind closed doors, like if this dude's likable and respectable to your players. I tend to thought like, man, if I'm the players, maybe you're saying, "Hey, fuck this guy." You just threw out one of the guys when the ref didn't even make the call. But you don't know. But
the counter is clearly he has the team to some degree. Illinois went on a 20-0 run and they won outright. So he hasn't. I mean, that would show you he hasn't completely lost the team, right?
No, 100%. That's what I mean. Is like clearly, they're better than. They responded better than what we all thought. And look, but for this game, I will take USC because when you have a win like that against Illinois, especially the way it went down, and USC just got embarrassed by Illinois. It is a get up spot, I think, for Coach Musselman there, and you're getting 6.5 cross town. I mean, a lot of these games have been close. I feel like I know they got drilled. I think the last time they played, but historically with this rivalry, I just feel like give me the dog more often than not. Especially, I feel like UCLA's been better in the Galen Center, and USC's played beyond like their expectations when they go to the Pauley Pavilion. So, give me the 6.5. USC's been a mystery team all year. When they show up, like they win at Wisconsin. When they show up, they're capable of beating anybody any given night, but they're also just a complete mess. And they do have last game Baker Mazzara was coming back from injury, so now they get a healthy Baker Mazzara. Game 2 there. I know Roddy Rice is still out for them, but give me the 6.5 with the Trojans.
Yeah, I'm with you. And that UCLA game was OT, like the emotion, overtime game, quick turnaround there, relatively from an overtime game on Saturday. USC, who actually has a better defensive rank than UCLA. Rivalry game, defense matters. 6.5 points feels like this will probably come down to those last couple possessions. I would be surprised if UCLA totally rolls USC here. So I'll take USC in the points. Kramer,
you were onto it earlier. Mick Cronin's got it going, and I think that this game.
You think they can cover this number?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. I think. I also would and sorry I got distracted. We do have a live look at Mick Cronin's gas tank right now. It is full.
Okay.
Which I mean the amount of times people have taken a picture of there. I do respect.
You're looking live.
We have a lot of listeners who have the analog gas tank. So I respect that. They're not going full electric on us, Colby. I'm going to lay it with UCLA. I think they're clearly the better team. I don't know what to think of with this USC team. You also meant they lost the Illinois game, but they also lost the Oregon game, and they've generally been not very good. So crosstown rivalry. I understand why you'd want to take the dog, but I'll take UCLA. I think it will be turnovers. UCLA protects the ball, and they turn USC over, and they make their free throws, as you love, Sean. 2 games left. Oh my God, the Big 12 is just out of control with these road trips. UCF to BYU. Imagine
they were just in Salt Lake City against Utah.
Oh, okay, so they all right. So they've been hanging out in Utah with who's the other team that we were talking about earlier? That was in Utah.
Iowa State.
Iowa State and UCF hanging out in Utah together. Hopefully they know all the rules about alcohol and 3-2 beer and making sure you're a member of the social club before you get into trouble when you try to check in. UCF is catching 9.5 in Provo. And by the way, way stricter up north there by Provo when it comes to the alcohol. Good luck getting a drink from a restaurant establishment for sure. Colby, UCF has been a team we once in a while fancy at home, but never on the road. Big number.
No, I'm all over them here. I think BYU had the one get up spot there, against Iowa State, first home game without Richie Saunders. UCF's been out there. I touched on this earlier. UCF's one of the oldest teams in the country, so I don't think they'll be as phased, even though this is a lit environment. I love the 9.5. I actually think this is a decent money line sprinkle because I want to see if BYU can consistently do this without Saunders. Because remember, they lost Baker earlier in the year. They've lost a lot of their best players. So I just feel like Texas Tech and BYU are must watch to see if they can continue to win without their key players. But I'm gonna bet against it, especially knowing you're playing a veteran UCF team that has actually fared decently on the road. Like they did go to Texas A&M and win by double digits. I know within the conference, they got drilled at Iowa State, but they went to Colorado and won. They've gone to some decent spots. I mean, I know not great teams, but I'm saying they've fared pretty well. I would say went to Pitt and won. Bunch of Power 5 wins on the road, even though some of them are teams that are not in the tournament. Give me the 9.5 in UCF.
This is tough because I do like BYU. And Debanza has been just leaning into like, hey, I play all the time. However many minutes you need me to play, I'll be out there. Love that attitude. Love this. I know they're banged up, but I don't know. BYU is a tough out. That being said, to Colby's point, UCF veteran team, bunch of points already out there. They hit their free throws. Offensively look pretty good. They crashed the boards. Better offensive rebounding percentage than BYU.
Yeah, mostly ass against good teams on the road, though.
No, they're 4-4 ATS against the number, so I'll take UCF in the points.
And I'm sure that would be against the likes of Utah. Colorado, Kansas State. I don't think there's too many teams in that bucket that are like this BYU team. I'll lay it again.
They're 3-4 as a road dog. So even when they're getting points, they're still, whatever. They're not horrible in that spot. Kramer laying the 9.5 with BYU.
Yeah. On an island where I need to be to carry this water.
There you go.
New Mexico, Nevada, in Reno, 8 p.m. local time. New Mexico catching 1.5 points here on the road. Two different types of wolf-like animals here.
One looks like it has rabies. The other one seems like it's like just saw a foxy female wolf.
The Nevada wolf pack.
The Nevada one looks like it just got out of it just
Resident
came
Evil.
Out of the shelter or something.
It came out of Resident Evil.
Yeah, that thing's
from
evil.
Raccoon City.
So what? Nevada just beat Utah State at home, right? And that was a gigantic win for the Mountain West and for New Mexico because that narrowed the gap. All of a sudden, Utah State has a 1-game lead on San Diego State. They still have to go to the Vieja Center there that you were checking out there, Kramer. New Mexico is also 1 game out as well. Nevada's 3 games back. Nevada and Steve Alford can be the kryptonite, and I think it's going to happen right here because New Mexico is rejoicing that Utah State loses. But then wait, we have to go to Reno to the Bat Cave. All right. Nevada gets them. Lay the 1.5. Steve Alford at home has been pretty fired this year. You look at this Nevada team, 13-2 at home at the Lawler Event Center. Make it 14-2 because Eric Olin and New Mexico, they've been solid. But I do think over the past couple of weeks, you've seen them take some random L's. I don't think they're playing as good as they were early in the year. Give me the Wolfpack.
I apologize for those who live in the great state of Nevada. Colby is butchering the great state of Nevada's name.
I'm with Colby though. Nevada is the play here. They've been great at home, 9-6 ATS. Although New Mexico's been solid on the road, 6-4 ATS. But I just think the stakes on this game, you got to take the home team. Pretty evenly matched otherwise, but Nevada gets it done.
Nevada gets to the line. Nevada makes their free throws.
Yep.
That's the story of the game.
There we go. Nevada consensus play laying the 1.5. All right. Time for 3 locks and a dog. Colby, do you want to start, or Kramer? You've been starting, but
whatever works for you two.
All right. Colby, you start. Set us on the path.
All right. Let's lock up Miami, Ohio, -8.5. They're hot against Eastern Michigan.
Okay.
Then let's go. Let's go with. Well, should I use that as my dog? Is the question. Give me Oklahoma State -2.5 against West Virginia. Then let's go with. I think Missouri against Tennessee. Give me Missouri in the 3.5 against Tennessee. The dog is the Dayton Flyers against St. Louis.
Okay.
For me, I'm taking Boise State laying the 8.5. UIC laying the 2.5.
Wow.
And Missouri +3.5. I'm with Colby.
You didn't have to pick that game.
Why? It's Colby's
sorry,
right.
Preston's making me laugh.
Preston saying Reno is the hand job of Nevada. It can be cool, but you know what I really want, Vegas.
Well, hard to well, if you're trying to suggest that a hand job is a negative thing about it, a thing, what are we talking about here? You must be one of these young people with access to all sorts of fun toys and talking down to a hand job like that's a bad thing.
Let's see. Money line dog. I'm gonna go USC on the money line. I think this UCLA team's very hot and cold, and this is a Trojans Super Bowl. So give me USC on the money line. Kramer, what do you got?
Also, isn't Reno like the anal of Nevada? Or I guess maybe that's Pahrump or
Pahrum's where the real freaks are at.
Laughlin. Laughlin.
Wait, is Pahrump?
Pahrump is where a lot of the whorehouses are. Laughlin's like the rim job of.
Is Pahrump if you travel east on Vegas like 45 minutes?
Yeah,
towards Utah.
Yeah. I believe that's
it's where the chicken ranch is.
I just think chicken ranch.
Yeah, famous whorehouse.
Isn't it a bunny ranch?
Yeah. Well, you're probably right.
The chicken ranch might be something different. All right, lock number 1.
Maybe they're both whorehouses.
I don't get it. Bring the cold.
Wait,
they're counting down 765.
What did I say? Chicken Ranch?
Yeah, is there a
Chicken Ranch is a brothel in Pahrump, Nevada.
Oh, really? Is the Bunny Ranch also one? I thought that was the famous one.
Bunny Ranch. Yeah, that was yeah. Although I don't know if that one's it looks like that's the Dennis Hoff one.
Oh, that's okay. So
that was so
what's the Chicken Ranch then?
It's a I mean, you gave
discount?
You gave the TMZ brothel. I was, if you're a real brothel aficionado, you know about the Chicken Ranch. And the funny thing about the Bunny Ranch, there was a guy who was doing content. This black gentleman who hosted a podcast where he interviewed girls at the Bunny Ranch. And his name also happened to be Sean Green. So for a while there, I was getting all these prostitutes pitching me wanting to be on my podcast. They said, would love to talk to me on a podcast. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Let me see if I can.
You got the ear of the big man in charge.
Yeah. Wifey stumbled upon that and says, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah. What's this?
Yeah. I
gotta be careful.
I'll try and find it. But there was, or some guy had a similar name to me that was doing some sort of like a brothel podcast. I'll try and find it. But Kramer, what are you doing?
All right, let's start by I'm with Colby. Miami of Ohio, they're hot. Let's not think about it.
Okay.
Number 2, the St. Louis team is good. And I'm not going to let Colby is clearly on a personal mission to take them down.
He doesn't like them.
Doesn't like them at all. And then lock number 3. I think we're going to have to go with Iowa State here against that dog shit Utah team. Dog.
Do you have any dogs, Ryan?
Of course I have a couple dogs. Give me I have some smaller dogs. Give me Missouri. That's a nice sized dog right there on the money line. And I would say Missouri goes well in a money line parlay as well.
I agree. Missouri putting in the money line parlay. Who else we toss it in there? Kramer likes UCLA, so that one's off. Arizona State
and NC State.
NC State.
NC State in a parlay though, they'll fuck us just because of yeah.
Let's
Cincinnati
go
instead, right?
either South Carolina or Arizona State.
What about Cincinnati?
Cincinnati
going against a team who's lost their
sure.
That makes a lot of sense.
Game after the game. So Missouri, Cincinnati money line parlay. Hey, thank you everyone for tuning in as always. Toss us a nice rating review over on Spotify. Answered all your questions and comments over on Spotify. Make sure to check out the College Experience daily college basketball pick spots, picking every game against the spread. Also download the SGPN app wherever it gets your apps. They are completely free. All our picks, our podcasts in one convenient place. And of course, as always,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean Second, the Money Greenies, Ryan.
You got to tune into YouTube. Preston with a very hot take here.
Kramer, let it ride.
And once again, we apologize for CJ's language.
Wah, 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 wah.